Hey everybody, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're Diary of a Family.
We're living life intentionally with you this evening from the Sonoran Desert.
Yeah, West Phoenix. Someone commented that we were closer to Quartzsite than we were to Phoenix. And
Quartzsite's a good 80 miles from here.
It's another 80 miles past. Yeah, it's been interesting. We will definitely find better.
Hey, Nursing Our Travel Bug. You're the first on. Welcome. So we are live from the Sonoran Desert. We're going to show you more of that a little bit later.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that amazing, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. Absolutely. In a very deserty, dry sort of way. We've been, living the lotion.
Yeah, we just bought that because our kid's skin was breaking apart. And
for the longest time, we'd just been buying little bottles of lotion to put in the cupboard.
Yeah.
And it would last for months and months and months. But we were in such places that we needed to use the dehumidifier.
Yes.
And now, it's so dry. I mean, the humidity can drop easily to 8% outside.
Yeah, it was nasty.
X marks the spot.
You know, we did figure out one plus with the time change. X marks the spot is now 1 hour closer to us, and so they're actually able to catch all of our live streams live instead of
watching in the post.
Watching in post or at 11 o'clock before the day before you work.
So Emma is asking when Baby Bun gets to rejoin us. So we'll have to give you a UPS address so you can mail Baby Bun to us.
She's also wanting to go back to Washington really bad.
Oh, I know. It's so hard. But I mean, we haven't been in Washington since March. So
yes.
The beginning of March. So it's been a little bit hard for them lately. Especially as the holidays are coming up and they're thinking about their friends and family more. So
I mean, for the longest time, it's the only state they've known. Mm-hmm. So it kind of goes. It goes to reason why.
Well, we haven't been live with you guys since Williams, Arizona.
So 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've missed it. I've missed you guys. And I mean, before then, I missed a live stream because I was not with Garrett and the kids.
Yeah.
So he had to do one solo.
You did put a video in.
Okay, stop swinging at the flies. They can't see the flies on the camera, and they think that you have some sort of twitch.
No, they saw the fly that landed right there. You guys saw it, right?
No more twitches, please. He's got a tick. He really does.
It's a fly tick. It's just, I want one of those salt guns. I will clean up all the salt mess in the house.
We'll see. We have to pull a paycheck.
Yeah.
So those of you who know, I'm a travel nurse, and it kind of stinks a little bit when you have a couple of weeks in between a paycheck, and you have things that come up,
Well, we've normally been taking 2 weeks between. Well, our last contract was 2 weeks between, and it actually worked out really well because we took the 2 weeks and we started, and by the time we were kind of getting low on funds, hey, we're on our next contract.
Yeah.
With this one, we had an extra week because we went to a special place that has a big hole in it. And
a big hole in it? A big crack.
A big crack in it. And we...
Big hole.
So we had all the expenses paid for, but that was another week that we weren't getting a paycheck. So
the big crack he's referring to is the Grand Canyon.
Yes, Grand Canyon.
We still have videos, though, of
the Balloon
Fiesta in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, we're finishing those up. So
So we'll get through that, and then you'll start seeing Grand Canyon videos, and then you'll start seeing some videos here in Phoenix.
And stay tuned because we are going to be getting our live interviews up and rolling again. Yeah. We got a couple really cool channels that we want to introduce you.
Yes, one of them we'll shout out today for a very special reason.
Yeah.
So, Teachers on Adventures, hello to you as well. Thank you for joining in. It's been a long time since we've done a live. Thankful for all of you who are coming to say hi.
Yeah.
As this is the month of thankfulness, right?
Leave in the chat how your time change experience went. Unless you live in Arizona and it doesn't matter.
Change.
We've had no change whatsoever. So
except that now we know that moms are an hour behind us, so don't call them at 7 a.m. in the morning.
My mom would answer.
Your mom answers at all time of the night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so remember, stay tuned towards the end, middle, end, whatever. We've got some awesome little vids to show you, videos to show you.
Yeah.
And one of our camping location. We wish that we could be out there in it right now, and
we'd have to change our live stream time.
Right, because it got dark like an hour ago. So.
Yep.
All right.
And she didn't want to do it outside.
What else happened at the Grand Canyon?
We met up with our friends Living Light RV, and we all got sick together.
We did.
It was terrible. I got sick in Williams before we headed up to the Grand Canyon.
You and Edison.
Me and Edison both got sick the same day. We
stayed an extra day just so that I could do laundry and kind of help them heal.
It kind of turned into blessing in disguise.
Right. I mean, you would have had to drive while puking, and that doesn't work. So, anyway, laundry was free.
Yes.
Huge blessing. I did six loads, including all of our outdoor jackets, because they had been boondocking and they were all filthy. So.
If you guys don't know what a blessing having free laundry is like, you're just like, okay, you free laundry. Okay, any piece of clothing or anything that's material-wise need to get washed,
we stripped the beds. We washed the linens, everything. It was
needed to happen. I mean, because,
Yeah, it did. We've only run into two places there and in Panhandle, Texas that had free laundry, but we just recently found out that there's another RV park that we didn't find in Amarillo. I wish we had.
Yeah.
And they also have free laundry. So it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing, and it's worth it.
It is.
So then we traveled from the Grand Canyon to Thousand Trails Verde Valley and spent a couple of days there. We had tried to stay an extra day there, but they said they were full. It's peak season here in Arizona.
We'll keep our own snarky opinions about the Thousand Trails system to ourselves.
I don't think that it was really full, but whatever. So they didn't let us stay a third night. So we traveled down here and got here on Tuesday.
Yep.
Tuesday this week, and we've been boondocking ever since.
Yeah, so technically we've only paid for 2 nights, and that was when we were in Williams. Other than that, we've been getting free or boondocking since the Balloon Fiesta.
Something like that.
So about a month and a half-ish.
So, I mean, that's pretty good to the pocketbook when you're not pulling a paycheck.
Yeah.
X Marks the Spot says, we spent the weekend at a great boondockers welcome site. Time change was no big deal. So sorry to hear you got sick. You know what? Ground zero. He toddles around and he's almost 3.
Yes.
I don't know how it is, but Edison is always the one passing the germs to us, so.
we all got full days to experience the Grand Canyon at least once.
Yes.
And
in between sick days, like a couple people would be sick and then they'd recover and then we'd get some adventuring out and then some more kids would get sick or whatever. Yeah. I was sick for a day. Timothy was sick for an afternoon. Yeah. So it wasn't too bad, but I felt really sad about passing it on to Kent and Lisa.
Well, and you had to deal with being sick, but also having to do the training that this new job incurred. And I used to work for the government, and I used to have to do a lot of these online courses, and for the most part they were mind numbing and they were endless. You never finished it. It's just like, oh my gosh. And she had to do probably what made mine feel like small.
So I felt like some of the courses that they made me take were like duplicate. Like there was some information that was in other educations that was like in the next one or so, until it got towards the end, and then it was more like technical, like this is how we give ketamine. This is our, other things like that.
Ones that you could actually benefit from.
Right. The good thing is that with this company, Banner, even though it was a buttload of education, I mean, I don't even know how many hours I logged.
Yeah.
But I logged a lot, and with our slow internet too, and we used my hotspot a lot. I'm getting paid for it.
Yes.
So most of the time, the education that is sent to you prior to a job, you do on your own time.
Yeah.
All the paperwork you do on your own time. But I'm getting paid a hefty chunk of money for this education, so I'm not gonna complain.
So once we get our first paycheck, it'll be a pretty decent sized paycheck.
Right. Because it will have
it's just getting to that point.
half the travel.
Yeah.
Then it'll have that chunk for the education. Actually, that might come on the second paycheck. And then I'll have my regular hours. So, yeah. And then once I get all set with a job and know the ins and outs and I'm working pretty confidently and quickly, I'll start picking up extra shifts again, like I did in Amarillo. So,
Yep.
X marks the spot. My online classes were crazy for HCA. I bet you, Richard, that it was. But I mean, I had.
Gosh, it seemed like 3 days. She was just. It was all HIPAA stuff.
I had like 25 classes, and inside the classes were like these mini classes. So some of them had 7 or 8 sections, and they were all videos. And then you took a little test, or some of them were just a quick acknowledge, and that was the test. But others were actually like full-on tests. There were a couple that I had to retake several times because
they had to get 100%.
Like mind-numbing little stuff. Yes, the glucometer, you had to get 100%, and they had some questions on there that was like, this isn't gonna help me at all when I'm using the glucometer on my patients. So whatever.
Yeah.
I've used the model glucometer, and I thought that their testing was ridiculous. Anyway,
she got paid for it, so we kind of have to give them some grace. And I'm sure that they're like, I know this is a crazy amount and it's mind-numbing. Why don't we just give you guys some money saying, here you go.
Well, it's a magnet hospital, so I can see where they are a higher standard than some of the other hospitals that I've been at. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the amount of education is only a little bit higher than what I did at Multicare as a regular employee, but for travelers, I'm used to them giving you the bare minimum, the least amount of stuff. Just make sure that you sign off on your HIPAA and this and that, and make sure you know how to do restraints. And okay, check, you're done.
Yeah.
So I still have 2 orientation days at their Mesa, Arizona training site.
Yeah.
That's going to be full 8-hour days of training, and I'm like, well, what have I not done online? So one of them is going to be hands-on, like
probably computer stuff.
Computer stuff is one day, and then another day is like hands-on emergency stuff, so like sims and things. So I'll get to practice my CPR. Anyway, you guys can all feel sorry for me, but I'm almost through orientation. I just got to start the job on Tuesday.
Yeah. And we will be looking for sites that are closer into Phoenix.
Yeah, we'll talk about our site here.
Yeah.
So our location west of Phoenix is on BLM land, and it's actually a pretty hopping place. We've seen a lot of people cycle in and out. Yeah. And we actually got to meet someone, but we'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, let's show you a quick video on kind of the camping area that we've been at for a couple days, almost a week.
Yep.
did
It's
you guys
absolutely
think?
gorgeous.
The sunsets out here are just stunning.
Yeah.
The funny thing was I forgot to get that shot focused, but having that out of focus kind of made it look just as cool.
He'll have to reshoot another one so that it's in focus.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be as gorgeous as that sunset. Like, there was clouds, there was movement. It was beautiful. Oh, X marks the spot. Loves your choice of music, dear.
I did that.
The guitar.
The guitar. Or whatever. Blah, 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 blah.
He likes that one. If you go back through our recent videos, he uses that one quite a lot.
That one and the one with the
what?
What do you call that thing? The
Accordion?
The accordion.
I'm like, what is this?
Sorry, guys. We're all crazy. That'll do nicely.
Anyway, prep for the new job has happened.
Yep.
We went into town, when was it? Thursday? Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. Found the hospital, walked in the main lobby so I knew where I was going. It's absolutely gorgeous. And they play elevator music. I'm like, wow. I'm in a completely, like
what the heck?
much
is
higher
this
class
place?
hospital than I've ever been in. And grabbed some new scrubs. What else did we do? Oh, and my shoes, my work shoes, I've had them for over a year. So we replaced those as well. I've still got to get some insoles for those.
Shoe shopping, all the things.
All the things.
All
and
the
then
things.
I didn't get a haircut yet, but my plan is a trim up. I may have to wait until after my first week of work.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look too bad. Anyway, especially since we all showered yesterday.
Yeah. And I do have plans. It's we're at the base of Saddle Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I do have plans, hopefully, to hike the trail to get to the top. It's a 1.5 mile trail to get up to the top, which is not really that long of a trail. So, my
Hi, Mom.
I love La Musica.
Denise S. just joined.
Welcome,
Garrett's
Mom. So I do plan on hiking up to the top and working on some of my videos for my other channel, which we'll tell you about that in a little bit.
Yep, in a little bit. So this is BLM land. Pretty rocky where we're at, but other entrances on either side of us, I guess, are much easier to get in and out.
Yeah, there's about 5 entrances on this section of BLM land.
But we've seen little cars get through here, C-Class. We haven't seen an A-Class go through. But we've seen
Travel trailers
and vans go through. A lot of vans with solar on the top.
Yeah.
They're all Arizonans. They all have Arizona plates, so they're just living off the land out here. You could probably do that in this area.
Yep.
Going from BLM to Trust Land back to BLM, and we'll talk about that because that's kind of what we're gonna do this I don't know, segment, this 3-month period of time.
Our whole plan while we're here is to try and at least boondock as much as possible. We will do a couple days in parks here and there to clean the tanks, regroup, get hot showers, laundry, all that kind of stuff.
But we found out that we can do pretty short showers and get everyone clean using a minimal amount of water. I mean, I bathed all the kids, and I think I only used like 3-4 gallons of water.
Yeah.
My big bin of water.
And one of the really cool things that we like about this spot, besides it being, I mean, the big negative is that it's really far away.
Work is about an hour away.
Yeah. So that's kind of rough. But closer in, about 5-10 minutes away, is a ranch that has a dump station, has fresh water, and
little things like milk and eggs and a few little things that he brings in from the grocery store and marks up.
I mean, you can go to like the travel place just before you get on the highway, and you can get some of that stuff as well, but it's not as
right.
So
it is so nice to know that we can just load our 60-gallon bladder into the truck and drive 5 minutes down the road and get it
fill
filled up. I mean,
Yep.
for $5 to fill up 60 gallons of water, that's worth it.
Yes, we were very happy about that.
And he's a really neat guy too, and
Yeah.
lots of animals out there. The kids have explored.
He's trying to sell us his African tortoises.
African desert tortoises, and they're absolutely adorable. They're only like about that size.
Yeah, they're really, really tiny. And he said they make great RV pets. Well, if you RV for 40 years, it might not become such a nice...
It's true. These things live to be like 150 years
They just keep
old.
growing.
The male tortoise that he owns, he thinks is about 40 years old, and I bet you he weighs 100 pounds, and his shell is like... It's a good 2.5 feet across.
Well, he was like, well, when they get too big, you just donate it to like a petting zoo
A
or something.
wildlife preserve or petting zoo, or you pass them on to your grandchildren. I'm like, I wouldn't want to do that. Anyway, they're very adorable when they're itty bitty. So
Yeah. If you could just keep them itty bitty, then... But no.
So we're going to try to do BLM land and trust land, which if you are going to stay anytime in Arizona, you should check out where
Arizona
trust
Trust
lands
Land.
are. For $20, you can go onto trust land and park for 14 days.
14
at a
days in
time.
a spot, yeah, at a time.
So it's totally worth it. We're gonna try it out, but at this point, this is our first BLM land, and we like it.
Yeah. It's quiet,
Actually,
it's beautiful.
We stayed up on was that BLM land?
No,
up
that
the
was
Grand
forest
Canyon?
land.
Forest land. Okay.
We stayed at National Forest Land on Forest Road 302. Just, I mean, it was 2 minutes from Tucson.
It was basically in Tucson.
It was in Tucson. I mean,
right at the Grand Canyon. So if you want free camping at the Grand Canyon, check
Forest
that out.
Road 302. It's a great place.
Yeah.
The only downside, you're in the flight path of the helicopters, and so you will have 20 to 30 helicopters an hour.
But they fly during the day.
They fly
and
during
then
the
they
day.
don't at night.
Yeah, it's quiet and
you're
peaceful
at the canyon
at night.
anyway when you're during the day. So, yes. All right. Well, we've had a holiday since we went live. Oh, Garrett's looking at our internet here.
I think it's...
Is it going to pop back up? There we go.
There you go.
We're watching our internet fluctuate a little bit here. Our speeds, I don't know why it bumped like that.
No, it's been dropping in and out like that. So hopefully it's not that bad of experience for you guys. We're just kind of watching it on this end. It's like,
Wonder what everyone did on the 31st. We played it pretty low-key. I don't think the kids even realized that it was Halloween. Garrett carved pumpkins with them. I think Emma did a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
We lit them and did barbecue, and I did split a chocolate bar with all of them, so they did have candy on Halloween a little bit.
But we didn't have to do the whole, like...
There was nowhere to go. We're out in the middle of nowhere. How are
Yeah.
we gonna get together
Trick or treat.
costumes and go trick or treating? It's just not gonna happen this year. So we'll have to plan for next year.
We really liked last year because we were able to go do the trunk or treat with a bunch of the different churches in the area. So I'm sure next time, not bad at all on the internet.
Good. Very good. Thank you, Teachers on Adventures. Well, last year we did the trunk or treat with brand new RVing friends. It was our national adventure, Allison and Andrew, and they'd only been on the road for a couple of months. Met up with us, and we were still stationary, so it was really nice to kind of meet them at the trunk or treat. They'd invited us because they'd found it and they were going. So we went, met them, and they were like, "You guys should come back to our trailer and we'll have dinner together." So we spent the evening with them.
They were the first family to officially see our trailer.
That's true. That's true. Yes.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
They're like, by the way,
You
this
have
is
to
our new
have-
trailer, so don't say anything. They did a great job.
We kept it a secret for about a month before we revealed.
We just had to get caught up on all of our other
We
stuff.
did. So we're celebrating fall, even though we're out in the middle of the desert and it doesn't feel like anything's changing. I mean, I was seeing little flower buds on one of the bushes. I'm like, all these bushes are still blooming. Like in Washington, everything would be dead by this time.
It's not supposed to get over like 86 up here, but still, that's like...
It was 91 today, dear. At least via the thermometer.
Maybe that was because the sun was poking on it.
Oh, maybe. Well, our Wednesday video is going to be our 15 fall question challenge. And if any of you want to take that challenge, be challenged right now. We did shout out 5 different channels at the end anyway.
Yeah.
But it might be fun even for you to do it really quick and post it on Facebook for us to see if you don't have a channel.
Yeah.
So that's going to come up out on Wednesday.
And
it's
if you're Fulltime RV, check out our video from last Sunday where we actually answered 10 questions for Fulltime RVing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a fun challenge as well. We do promise that we will get back to our normally scheduled activities and broadcasts soon.
Yeah, so the 10 question challenge, was it Living Light RV who challenged us? No. Grassroots Living challenged us. We were challenged by Galleon Adventures to do the 15 fall question challenge. And it was fun. And congratulations to Galleon Adventures for hitting 1,000 subs. Good job, you guys. We'd also seen that Blue Wave Odyssey is really pretty close. Like, they're just above us now in the 800 mark. So, good job, you guys. It's crazy to see a lot of these channels. They're just skyrocketing. No, they're growing. It's good growth. It's good growth, and I'm happy to see other channels grow. But it's also a little frustrating on us to see our channels. You need to stop dwelling on it. We will get to our 1,000. You guys, tell him to quit dwelling on it. All right. All right. Well, speaking of growth, why don't you update everybody on RV Media Creators, your new channel? If you guys haven't checked out our newest channel, check it out, RV Media Creators. And if you're hearing it for the first time, I'll give you a quick synopsis. Synopsis. It is a channel dedicated to media, to people that make videos and tell their story on the road. There are definitely unique challenges that come with traveling. Like internet, like gear, like, you know, do you have too much gear? Do you need, you know, how do you pare down? How do you deal with internet when you're in the middle of the desert? Mm-hmm. You know, all of that those kind of questions are things that a lot of channels that deal with media creators in general don't really, yeah, thanks. They don't really have those kind of answers. So I want to kind of come with a spin for people that travel and want to tell their story while they're traveling. But not only that, you're making it a community effort. Yes. So I want to get you guys involved. There's going to be collabs. There's going to be getting other people's input. Getting, hey, if you have a suggestion on something you want to see, put it in the comments on one of my videos, and we will do a video on that so that we can help you guys grow as we grow as well. At this point, what kind of videos have you put out there? You have a handful. I have about 6 videos so far. The majority of them are the like the basics, the essentials of YouTube series. I go step through step from figuring out how to start a YouTube channel, getting a good name, figuring out why you want to do a YouTube channel, to shooting and capturing your story, to editing your story and uploading it and releasing it so that everyone can see it and experience it. Yeah. That it's basically the bare minimum of what you need to do to get up and running. And then I'm going to start getting into more in-depth things like how do you create an intro? How do you create a good thumbnail? How do you, you know, all those other little nitty-gritty stuff. How do you deal with all the back-end stuff? He's very passionate about it. Go check out those videos after this. Yeah, RV Media Creators. Yes. X marks the spot. Good night. Good night. Sleep well. Get enough sleep before your shift. Glad you were able to join us. And yes, nursing our travel bug. He needs to quit dwelling. Dweller.
It's I think I know why, but
he's always like, oh, it's just not fair. This person, I mean, they're working just as hard as you, okay? We're doing a good job. Our channel makes an impact on our DFAM, right, guys?
Yeah.
It does. So he needs to quit dwelling. All right. Well, this is what it's all about. This is about community, being a part of your life, sharing our lives with you, and getting a chance to meet you. So we had a little tip from Allison from our National Adventure. So thank you so much. I might not have seen it, but we had another family in the area offer a meetup. So we got to meet Loftus Party of Six. We roam. Check them out. Awesome family. They've been full-time for over a year.
Yeah.
And they went from a fifth wheel actually to an A class, and you got it in their name. They have 4 kids. Loftus Party of 6. There are 6 in their family. So we have a little video of that meetup.
We'll probably do a full video of our time there, but this is just a little bit of a teaser.
Because where's their community, and you make community as you go, and you guys really you came at the right time, and God's just been placing all these things out.
Whenever you go home, it's very easy for us anyways. It's easy to not realize you're doing it, but you're comparing yourself. Like, oh, that mom is like putting on cute clothes and going to work, and I haven't even brushed my teeth today, like, you know, or like for him, he's like, oh, that man's just now getting home at 9 o'clock from work, and he's gonna go play poker and like, you know, whatever. It's just, you don't fit in anymore.
I don't know if I hit lanes.
Okay, hit it again.
Sorry.
We had as much fun as that video shows.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
I'm sure that if we could have stayed another hour, we probably wouldn't have even noticed the hour went by.
Yeah, it's true. Oh my goodness. So that was Saturday morning. They invited everyone to come meet them at a local park. Luckily, West Phoenix, so that it wasn't like hours and hours of driving. And then we found out that Michael and Lane were actually camping out here. Like they were across the way here.
They're
like,
300 yards
not very
east
far
of us that way.
away at all. But they moved today. That was their plan. They have hookups tonight, so they're getting hot showers. I'm a little envious.
I think Lane's doing training in Phoenix. That's kind of why they're here for a couple days.
So it's for work. They'll be here for a few more days. We haven't yet coordinated because it's been so short notice, but we plan to do an interview with them, as well as we have a few other people that we're kind of hitting them up. Hey, we really want to interview you. So stay tuned for that. I know that we've been kind of on this lull, and not getting our back-to-back interviews or every other week interviews, but it's been a transition period going from Texas to Arizona. And
everything kind of gets shaken up every time you move.
Yeah.
And we had pretty much a major event after, 2 back-to-back major events, really, that really, for us,
made it difficult us to line those interviews up. But that's the plan, because we love our interviews. We get to know more people. We start feeling a connection, and then we feel like, oh my gosh, if we get a chance, we gotta camp with them again, or we gotta meet them in person.
Yeah.
So it's great. Nursing Our Travel Bug says, quality community. You have built relationships. Keep your head up, G. You will get yours. Oh.
I know.
Bill, you're so amazing. Garrett needs to meet you. You're like best buds.
His outfit during Halloween was hilarious.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Well, he was dressed all in white with bags and stuff coming out of his shirt. And it was like, I was like, what are you? And he's like, I'm white trash. I was like,
Bill, you dressed as white trash?
wow, okay, Bill. Great.
That's awesome.
It took me a while to figure it out. It's on one of the RV Family Life.
I'll have to find a picture of you.
Full-time RV
Was
family.
that a quick, I gotta figure out an outfit kind of get together?
There was a lot of thought going into that one.
So while we were at the meetup with Loftus, Party of Six, we also met again, I should say.
They were at the Balloon
Faithbound
Fiesta.
Travels. We didn't really connect at the Balloon Fiesta because they were at a different location in the park, and we never really connected at one of the small groups or anything like that. But fun family. They have 3 little kids. They've been in their trailer and boondocking a lot. Oh, are we back on? Are we back on?
Hello?
Can you guys see us?
Check. Might have to pop on to see the... Alright, suppose we're back.
We're back. All right, so hopefully we haven't lost too many people. Something went wrong with the hotspot on my phone. We have a little bit of data left on the mobile hotspot. So
because Carolyn had a lot of training.
A lot of training. We used a lot of our data the last couple of weeks. So we're trying, guys. We're trying. I think we need to upgrade once we're getting a paycheck again.
So for Galleon Adventures, since you're here, congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, congrats, you guys.
And
amazing.
You should email us or message us on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. And we'd love to have you guys on for one of our interviews. I was trying to kind of hint at that on your guys' live stream, but I think you guys are a little bit frazzled with how much the chat was going. So
for your first
understand.
chat, that's pretty intense. I mean, when we did our first chat, we had 1-2 people join, something like that. So
we were like, hey, someone joined.
Yay, we're not alone out here in the universe. So yes, congratulations on 1,000 subscribers, and thanks for the challenge video. I wasn't expecting it, but
it'll be out Wednesday.
I'm glad I watched your 15 challenge video all the way to the end. The kids wanted to do it, so they're involved as well, and it's going to be super cute. Although we don't do a lot with the Halloween, and a lot of the questions were Halloween related. So
yes,
we've already talked about Halloween. We carved pumpkins and ate a chocolate bar, and that's what we did out here in the middle of the boonies. No way to do any trick-or-treating. And I didn't have any time or energy to get costumes
the flies
together.
did more trick-or-treating on
the flies.
On the
our pumpkins gathered flies, so we had to get rid of them pretty quick.
The Fly Hotel.
Yeah, something like that.
Fly Motel.
But they were really good, and I think the kids did a good job with Garrett carving them. So okay. So we also wanted you to check out Faithbound Travel. Wonderful couple. Their 3 kids on the road in their travel trailer.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to meet them again and get some time with them.
Yes.
Video footage with them, maybe an interview as well. If you've been tuning in and you'd like to be interviewed as well, we're up for it. We have a wide open schedule.
Yes, email us at email us at rvdiaryofafamily@gmail.com, and welcome Grassroots Living.
Hi, Grassroots! Oh my gosh.
You made it.
You guys, we miss you.
Yeah.
When are you coming to Phoenix?
I think they're supposed to be coming back. For some reason, they made a little bit of a detour to 3 states over.
Well, that's the freedom you have when you don't have a job in one location. So, what else do we need to talk about? I mean, I think we've gotten to the end of this list. Is there anything else we need to talk about? You guys, I miss you all so much. I'm so glad that we're back live. So
Yes, we are very happy to
been
be.
a number of weeks.
Yeah, it's.
So, I was like, Garrett, do we have everything we need? Are you ready to go? Are you sure? Because we haven't done it in so long. I'm like,
Yeah,
we're out of practice.
We'll be fine, I think. And so far, it's been good.
Yeah. Grassroots, what have you been doing lately?
We can't wait to hear your guys' story as to why you made the detour to Nevada instead of
Like Reno, right?
Reno.
area.
Yeah, it's like northern Nevada.
It was
crazy.
gorgeous anyway. I loved all the trees. I'm glad that you guys have branched out and done more on-site stuff instead of just in the trailer and doing voiceovers of your videos. So
Yeah.
I think you did a great job.
You guys are improving
Audio
a
was
lot.
good. You guys were in focus. I don't, I know you were concerned about the shadows on your face, but they weren't bad at all. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of what you expect when you're out in the woods, to see that the shadowing, the dappling effect. I don't know. Is that a term?
We had a list, but that went out the window when we went live.
That's awesome.
We just do kind of a structure.
Yeah.
I mean,
bullet
it all-
points.
I'll show you.
Oh, that's my messy. Like normally it's like typed out on the phone. But
Normally
since
just
we're
put it
using
on the phone,
hotspot,
but yeah.
My
We just
scribbles.
pretty much just write it down, and
we talk ahead of time, like the first 10 minutes before we go live. We go through our list. We write down exactly like the points we want to say, and not everything, but
Yeah.
generalized. And then we let it flow from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for our interviews, we have kind of a few questions that we ask all the time, and then we have kind of done a little bit of research on who we're interviewing, and so we can kind of fit a few of those questions to specifically draw our interviewees out.
Yeah.
So like Grassroots Living says, yes, they're really good interviewers. We try not to interrupt too much. We like to interject a little bit to kind of keep things flowing.
sometimes
it's been
it is
fun.
hard with a delay when you're
Yeah.
video chatting with someone, but
Yeah.
you kind of get used to it.
Go with the flow.
Yep.
Go with the flow. It's really fun to do the interviews live. We did that with the Grassroots Living, so theirs was in studio. We've only done a few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a few in-person ones. X Marks the Spot we did in person. Then I think one of our favorite ones was...
He's thinking. Stephen Johnson.
Driving and Vibing.
Oh yeah, well, Driving and Vibing, that was remote. That was a very fun one. That was our longest one.
Yeah.
Seconded only by our first interview with Chris and Suzanne. Gifford's on the go. Woo!
Yep.
That was a while ago.
That
Quite
was
a few
a
months
long-
ago.
that
We were
was a
still
long-
in Louisiana, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
Happy Place Diaries, welcome.
Hi!
Better late than never. We're always welcoming.
We're towards the end of our live video, but you can rewatch this to see all the fun things that we've...
Yeah, I would give you guys a update on our campsite where we're
Yes,
at, and also
beautiful.
a meetup that we had with some awesome YouTubers and full-timers as well.
Yeah.
So you will definitely want to jump back and watch this again.
Happy Place Diaries has joined us within the last couple of weeks. So welcome to our live stream. Thank you for joining us and becoming part of the DFAM.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and for you guys that are new to our channel, having these chats and this is what we really like about the community.
We thrive on this.
Yeah, this is what we feel draws the community together, and we're building, there are a lot of people that will subscribe to a channel and they'll never really watch your videos.
Yeah.
So getting the people that are, sitting here chatting with each other and chatting with us, that's really what it's all about for us.
Well,
and
thank
connecting with you guys.
Happy Place Diaries. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. Thank you for becoming part of our channel. So, Grassroots Living?
We made $1,000 more in a pay period in Nevada than in Arizona. Also in Arizona, we had double train tracks 80 yards from where we parked our RV.
Oh,
3
dear.
times an hour, every hour, each night.
Oh, dear.
We had the same thing when we were in Panhandle.
The train.
The trains were about 100 yards away on the other side of the highway.
I think they were further than that, dear.
Not much further.
It was further away.
But
300 yards.
But there was a crossing right there, which meant they blew their horns both ways.
But
and sometimes they would try to outblow each other.
We were towards the back, and we had several RVs in front of us that blocked that noise as well. I don't think it bothered us. I mean, the noisiest place that bothered us the most was our first location in Louisiana, right on, what was it, Highway 20? 20,
yeah.
I mean, seriously, the highway was like right there, and that constant noise, I was just, you couldn't have the windows open, or it was too loud.
We were looking everywhere for places that were just a little bit further out, that were quiet.
So that is a concern when you're having to work in a city where a hospital is, or if you have a certain job location, finding an RV park that is quiet enough or in a decent area that you feel safe, or if you're on a budget, finding these free camping. So BLM is huge.
Yes.
Trust land, forest roads. These are things that we're learning. And we'll be happy to share our locations with you and how we find them.
Well,
as
and
we go along.
For us, when we started out, we were like, we were super scared the first night we lot docked in a casino parking lot on our way.
2 days after we'd launched, away from Washington
And we were literally
State.
hook up to hook up to hook up. And then we pretty much did you can't really boondock in Louisiana and Texas.
Texas you can, but it was 100 degrees out and we needed to run our AC.
That generator was running for 8 hours the 2 days that we were, it was full time.
We did boondock 2 days in Texas at Lake Meredith, but it was miserable. Yeah. So we needed 2 generators to run both our ACs.
Yeah, if we would have done it that way, we probably could have been a little more comfortable, but then that's twice the gas, and it would have been just cheaper to go to a park probably at that point.
Yes, but it was the experience.
Yeah.
So now that we've come into that cooler season and we've gotten some good experience, the Balloon Fiesta with 48 other families boondocking with us.
Yes.
We feel very comfortable with this, and we've been out on BLM land here since Tuesday, and
so coming up on a week out here, and I think we'll probably, depending on how her training and how all that stuff goes, will depend on whether we stay for the full 14 days or not. But we do have a place scoped out that is closer in, at least by half the distance.
Yeah,
so that's 20 minutes to work.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be tough for me this next week as I start training, because 2 of the days are, like I said, in Mesa, Arizona, which is Phoenix. But Phoenix is so huge. I mean, this is basically the middle to eastern side of Phoenix. And then with morning traffic, I've been looking at an hour and 45-minute drive from here to there. So I'm planning on a 2-hour commute both ways. I mean, and that's going to be 2 days. That's 4 hours of traveling just for 2 days of work. But it's only for those 2 days.
It's only those 2 days. I mean, it's like, if it was a lot longer, then that'd be but 2 days is like we can probably tough it out.
Yeah, I've got good audiobooks. I'm still working on one from I'm trying to think of the author's name. Not coming to me, but I do have the second Lord of the Rings book all lined up. So when that's Brene Brown. So I've been enjoying Brene Brown's work, and I'm finishing up one of her books. I have Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers lined up, and I have a few other books that are on hold. So hopefully they'll be released to me before I run out of material during my commutes.
Yeah.
I have just found that that's so much better for me to keep my mind engaged when I'm traveling. So
Happy Place Diary said we were at a park with a train, and I felt like it was going to shake the RV to pieces.
It must have been
Had
close.
to pack up and leave in the middle of the night.
Oh, that
Quieter
bad,
at a truck stop. Yep.
Oh my goodness, if it's quieter at a truck stop,
that's crazy.
That's pretty bad.
Grassroots Living says sleep was difficult. My wife is terrified of trains.
Aww.
She had an uncle die via train when she was a little girl. Ouch.
I'm sorry.
All right. Grass was saying our blinds would start shaking when the train went by. I know what you mean. Happy place. Galleon Adventure says you might want to check into an easy start. I got one on both ACs and can run both with our 2 Honda 2000 generators.
Okay. We'll check into it.
I know you can start and run AC units with the Easy Start off of a 3,000 watt inverter too.
Okay.
When solar.
Yeah.
So if you have a big enough battery bank, you can run your AC units off lithium.
But what can we do in the meantime before we get our inverter and our lithium batteries? So yeah, good, very good.
Well,
Great
right. The nice thing is that we're in a place where it's probably not going to get much hotter than mid 80s, which is bearable.
Yeah.
And then at night it cools down, and we're pretty much just running the refrigerator at night. Yeah. And we have a propane fridge, so we're not pulling a ton of electricity.
No, we haven't run our batteries to half at all going through the night. We'll turn the heater on, but turn the thermostat down to like 60.
Yep. And
I don't think it even popped on last night. That's how it stayed like 61 in here or so. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, Nurse Now Travel Bug said, wow, that's a crazy commute. Why not move to be closer now?
Yeah, we could.
We could, but it's hard to...
I tried to talk him into it. We could move tomorrow, because
yes.
I don't work tomorrow. We can move in and be there for 2 weeks and then come back out. Or hopefully there's some other closer BLM lands that we can use.
Our main problem that we're running into is that we're in free camping right now for another basically a week.
Yeah.
And then from there, we're planning on going to some trust land that we've kind of scoped out, and we kind of know where we're going. That's also free, but we also don't get a paycheck that will clear until next week.
Yeah, but I think their thought was, why don't you move earlier to the trust land? And I've tried to talk him into this. I think he really likes it out here. So I'm going to do the long commute this week.
It's just 1 week, and you'll be driving the car, which gets much better gas mileage.
Because that's the thing. We've filled up the truck a couple of times already. Just doing our scouting out and going into town for things that we needed. And we went to church today. That was an interesting experience. But
yeah.
Anyway, we have 2 Deep Cycle batteries, Galleon.
Yeah. 2 Deep Cycle.
They're brand new as of August when we burned up the other ones.
Yeah. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out.
Have.
Look for a thumbnail that says 911.
RV 911.
RV 911. Yeah.
Yes.
Audiobooks are definitely the way to go.
Yes.
Says Grassroots Living and Nurse Now Travel Bug.
I've read so many books, you guys, since I got on this audiobook kick. And it's just from our local library back in Washington. So
yeah,
it's awesome. There have been some books that I wanted to read that they didn't have. But most of the time they have them, and I either can get them right away or put a hold on them.
Yeah.
I think the longest hold I've had is like 11 or 12 weeks. And yeah, I waited that long and finally got them, so.
Nurse Now Travel Bug says, then he can get up and drive you so you can nap on the way.
Yeah, but then all the kids have to get up and come with us, and then I don't nap. And they'd be miserable wrecks.
We're thinking about at least one, probably Tuesday?
Tuesday's a short day. It's just 4 hours. Starts at like 8:30 in the morning. So he needs to find gas for the generator. Did you know that you're not supposed to use gas with ethanol in your generator?
At least low. That. Hey, Blue Wave.
Hey, Blue Wave. Congrats on almost being to 1,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Garrett's been scoping you out.
You guys should email us, contact us. We'd like to have you guys on
rvdiaryofafamily@gmail.
At gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Email us, and we will set up a time to have you guys on our channel on a live interview.
Yes. We are kicking it into high gear with our interviews, hopefully.
Yes.
I'm concerned, though, our data. Because, I mean, I think we're through my hotspot on the phone, and now we're on the last few gig on our other. So, we'll have to figure it out.
We'll have to figure something out, yeah.
We'll have to figure it out.
So, Blue Wave Water, or Happy
Place Diaries?
Says Washington State, question mark?
Yes.
That we're from Washington State.
Washington State.
We launched from Washington State in March. And
sold our house in September, launched September 1st, meaning we no longer lived on our property, but stayed in the area and wintered there as I continued to work at a local hospital. And then in March, I quit and started working for Atlas Med Staff and got our first contract down in Louisiana. So we had to do 3,000 miles in like 8 days.
There's a whole
fun.
video on that.
Not fun at all. But
we have tons of awesome content if you want to go back and binge watch a few videos.
Yeah. Anyway, our channel has really morphed from, I think we're going to, from being a family channel to, I think we want to do this. And then the whole transition, everything we had to go through to, get downsized and sell the house and all the nerve-wracking things of like, but what about this? And how do you dump the black tank? And I'm so worried. And
then we realized that we were pretty
hard.
much overreacting to lot of things.
Yeah, but it's been a crazy year and a half or so.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, Galleon Ventures said they are wanting Battle-Born batteries.
Oh, yes.
Grassroots Living has a Battle-Born battery,
yes.
and they say it's worth the extra expense. Happy Place Diaries, they are in Oregon.
Oh, awesome.
So that's pretty cool.
Very good. We'll be coming back through Oregon at some point to get back to Washington and see folks. So.
Galleon says we don't use ethanol fuel in anything except our car.
Exactly. We didn't know that, and our generator was running, but it was having some issues, and somebody clued Garrett into, hey, you're not supposed to.
Well, if the kind of the trade-off that I've found is if you use a high-performance our National Adventure just joined us.
Hi, our National Adventure.
If you use a high-performance gasoline, has a higher octane and a lower ethanol percentage, and so it'll run smoother. Yeah. I use a website called pure-gas.org, and that gives you a list of all the gas stations that have ethanol-free gas. Yeah. And that's why I want to go in with her on Tuesday.
He'll find a location.
There's a place down there that I can go.
There's a motorsports store I kind of scoped out a little bit. And it's not too far. We're trying to find everything on the west side of Phoenix.
West or south end.
West and south. And so he should be able to fill up our tanks, our gas cans. Because, we've not been running our generator a whole lot. But, like, today and yesterday, it was hot enough in the trailer when we got back that we needed to run the AC to cool it off for nap time. I mean, I would have made everybody stay out because in the shade side of the rig, it's been nice and the breeze has been blowing. But inside the rig, it's been so hot, and all our windows are on the sun side. And then, all the other needs that we've had. Whenever he's editing, he's got to have the generator on to run the computer. Yeah. So we've got some upgrades that we need to make so we don't have to run the generator all the time. But until then, we're buying the gas.
Yeah. I would like one upgrade I would probably like to do is one of those batteries. It's like a large lithium battery, but it has all just the plugins, like a solar battery pack or something like that. And it has like 3,000 watts.
Who did we see it on? Was it Grassroots?
Grassroots Living has one, and they've run they've just hooked up
they've plugged their
trailer.
Full trailer into this battery pack. So that's really cool.
If we had something like that, all I'd have to do is charge that up, and then I could edit for a couple hours just off of that. Because my battery backup would only last for about 20 minutes, which I can't really do much editing off of that.
Our National Adventure, thank you so much for cluing us into Loftus Party of Six. We roamed their meetup. It was so much fun. We have a clip. It's in the middle of this.
It's the middle.
of our meetup, and we should have a video, but it'll probably be ready in like a month, something like that. Because we're, like I said, we're still in Balloon Fiesta, and then we have Grand Canyon, and then we have Phoenix. So
go to bed, Bill. Jeez. Good night. Don't dwell,
dweller. He's gonna call you a dweller now. Hey, speaking of dwelling, the inside joke, if you didn't catch it at the beginning, Garrett's been dwelling on the fact that so many of you, congratulations,
That's
are
awesome.
hitting 1,000 or passing us up, and
Yes.
Garrett is like, I want to hit our 1,000 subscribers. He keeps dwelling on it, so I told him to quit dwelling on it, and everybody else is telling him quit dwelling on it. Okay, so are we gonna do our shout outs?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's 8 o'clock, so
Yep.
we've been on for an hour. We want to be considerate of your time.
Our national bench says, "Oh, I know how that goes. We stay to about 2 months behind."
Oh, for the video
For the
editing.
video
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
2 months behind. Man, so when we watch your videos, it's not like where you're at. How do we follow? How are we going to be able to stalk you?
I know.
All right, Allison, seriously, you need to come to here.
Yes, come meet up with us
Phoenix.
while we're.
We will boondock together.
Yes, and then you guys can chill out and not travel like crazy.
Yeah, hang out
Stay
with
for
us.
like 2 weeks. Or a
Stay for
week.
2 weeks, chill. We can do homeschooling together and outings together.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
So
the
Grassroots
kids-
Living said they'll be in Quartzsite in late December.
Sweet.
It isn't a bad drive to West Phoenix.
Hmm.
The funny thing is that I mentioned that where we were kind of at, because I was trying to get Hippie and the Tech to come join us. And I'm like, yeah, we're over at
'Cause
Saddle
Hippie and the
Mountain.
Tech-
He's like, dude, you guys are in East Quartzsite.
We're
like-
like, it's 80 miles away. How can
It's
we
still
be
like
East
80 miles
Quartzsite?
away.
He was teasing him.
Yeah.
So Tony, yes.
Tony and Melissa.
We're closer to Phoenix than we are Quartzsite. By quite a few miles.
Yeah.
But anyway, we will be in this area, obviously, for the next 3 months until the beginning of February. We do want to make it out to Quartzsite, but at this point, I haven't even met my manager in person.
Yeah.
And we didn't have dates or anything to, like, settle in the contract. So I am going to be asking her that sometime after the holidays, I get a longer weekend, and we will see if we can't make it out to Quartzsite, but that'll be like mid-January probably.
Yeah.
So if you want to come and hang out with us here, we'll find some free camping for you.
Yeah.
Or Trust Land is only like $20.
Yeah.
So.
Blue Avadas, who said, we know the feeling of falling behind in videos.
Mm-hmm.
Currently in Florida Keys and up to date, finally.
Yay!
The one plus side...
For being up to date.
yeah.
Hand clap all around.
The one plus side of being behind a little bit is that if you can get your video editing ahead by a few weeks, you create a buffer and you can really kind of just hit, like, your quality can go up because you can spend more time on a video.
More time working on a video. If
Yeah.
you get sick, you can take a day off.
Yes.
If something breaks down and you're not in the right location or whatever, it
Yeah.
does help to be further out instead of caught all the way up.
Well, and a lot of the most of the larger channels are all going to be behind
2 weeks
or a
behind.
month behind anyways. Like Less Junk More Journey and Keep Your Daydream are both about a month or more behind.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that actually on purpose. They're not like wanting to be up to date. If you want to be up to date, you can follow their Patreon.
Right, that's their thing. Like, you can get in the moment things and little things if you're on their Patreon. So no, we don't have Patreon.
No. We can't do it anyways until after like 1,000
LOL.
subscribers.
Galleon Adventures. I've never been up to date on videos.
Honestly,
If it works, if it's your flow and
yeah.
you're where you want to be, that's great.
Yeah.
So we've been a couple of months behind before, or like we've been kind of going along in our timeline and realized that we still have this video from like 3 months ago and it still hasn't been done. And then it's like, how far out do we go before we say, well, that footage is kind of old? We'll just use it in some sort of recap sometime.
Yeah. And that's a good way if you really want to just get caught up a little bit more. do like a recap video of like a whole section, the last like 2 or 3 weeks,
or month.
and then you can kind of get caught up that way.
Yeah, especially if you're falling like too far behind. So
Yeah.
this microphone is in the way of our chat. No, you can leave it. It's fine.
Happy Diary says we are so so small a channel. We wish we were behind. Blue Bodies, who says we're going to the Tampa RV show in January, then we're headed to Arizona.
Awesome.
So if you guys are definitely heading this way, hit us up and we'll see if we can meet up.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get caught up on our new subscribers. Shout outs. We gained quite a few this time.
Yeah, for this week we have 745 subscribers.
Yeah.
You guys, you're awesome. 745 of you have decided to hang out with us. So we're only 255 away from your goal. Don't dwell on it. We're close. So I want to shout out Alana Maines. Where's Mondo? Exclamation points. KBP. Like that's actually what it is. K space BP. Pause and effect. And pause is spelled with a Z at the end. PAWZ. What? What's wrong?
I'm pausing.
Oh. No, pause as in pause. Like, yeah. Let me in Lecky, I think is how you say it. Leky. Thailand. That's actually in. No, sorry. This individual is from Thailand. So welcome from Arizona, United States, all the way to Thailand. Shout out to you. That name again is Let Me In Lecky. Paul Claire W, all one word. Randy's Adventures. Loftus Party of 6 We Roam. They joined us.
It's awesome.
Richard M, Terry Green, and Angelina Lanzetta. Now, if you joined us this week and we did not shout you out, it's because you are in a private mode and we can't see you. However, if you would like a shout out, please feel free to comment on any one of our videos or join our live chat and comment. That way we can start seeing you and getting to know you. And that's the end of my shout outs. That was a long one today. Not the longest that we've had. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. Back in, I don't even have a date for it. August, beginning of September. September 1st. How many did we have? There's this whole list. It doesn't even fit on one screen.
Yeah, that was
insane.
That was one of the weeks that we had.
That was when we hit 600 subscribers. We had like over 25 new subscribers that week. So anyway, super cool. What are you chatting about here?
Oh, Galleon Venture says, I don't understand why you haven't hit 1,000
I don't understand
yet.
either, and I don't really care.
You've got great content.
I know.
Yeah.
So stop dwelling on it.
I'll send an email after the stream.
Awesome.
Thank
We're
you.
looking forward to it. I mean, truly, it's not really about the numbers. It's more about we do want to put out good content. We want to put out something that you guys enjoy, and that we can look back in the next few years as our kids grow up and just review all of the amazing things that we've learned and been through. I mean, some things that we'll probably rewatch in a couple of years. We'll be like, I didn't remember that, but that was an awesome time. That was so great.
Even
this is
watching
what I
our
felt at that time.
3,000 miles in 8 days video.
That was over
watching
6 months
that's
ago.
like, oh, I don't even remember editing that thing, and that thing was huge and took forever to edit.
Happy place. It does. When you are at 100, 200 subscribers, 1,000 seems like a huge insurmountable challenge. So we broke it down. We were headed for 250 first, and then we went to 500, and it seemed like 500. Like I think we reached it. Like I feel like we reached it before we
reached it as we were heading to Texas.
Yeah, and it was. I was like, okay, if we've hit 500. How easy is it going to be to hit 1,000? And so our goal really is to hit 1,000 before January, and I mean we're in good time for that. So,
no, we're in a good pace. Yeah. It is not like other people are in quicker paces, and I think it's you either have to hit a niche really well with a family travel blog, or your people that watch your channel are just going to be like, eh. You know, there's a lot of people that are retired and travel, and those are the people that, you know, probably would watch a video and not want to subscribe. You know, there's a reason why there's 55 and older RV parks all over Phoenix, because they don't
want us in there.
They don't want kids. They
That's
don't
why
want
we
to watch
don't
videos
have
with
hookups.
kids.
Not just to save money, but also because there's a lot of RV parks here that don't allow people in that are our age.
Hashtag not dwelling.
Anyway.
Yes, it's become a theme.
Yep. Hashtag not dwelling.
But, you know, as for like Happy Place Diaries, take hope, because when we sold our house last year, we weren't even at...
We were not even at 200.
200 subscribers. No. We were scratching for a subscriber here and there. And when we hit 100 subscribers, we did a special, like...
Yeah.
Let's... What is it? The Bean Boozled? Or we did like a challenge video with the kids.
I think Bean Boozled was for 200.
200.
I think so. 200,
yeah.
200.
And so, you know, we've definitely...
Congratulations, Grassroots Living, for hitting 200 subscribers. Yes. That is a huge
That's awesome.
mile marker. So now, just pace yourself to 500. You'll get there, okay?
Find your niche, and the people will find you.
Yes, exactly.
And go check out RV Media Creators if you want tips.
Well, and that's going to be a great community that we're building right there. Well, Garrett is building.
And you can just get technical. Just say, how do you do this? How do you do this? How can I make this better? How, you know, where we want to kind of keep that stuff separate from this channel. This channel, we want to be the community. We want to be the adventure. And we want to, you know, showcase that for people to enjoy. And RV Media Creators is definitely going to be the...
He'll answer all your questions. If he doesn't know the answer, he'll find it.
Yeah. I can figure out everything I'm doing now. I figured out how to do myself. Not that I had like super crazy knowledge on, you know.
Yeah. Happy Place Diaries, that's what you need to do. 10 months in, take it one day at a time. For us, 1 month at a time, one contract at a time, one location at a time.
Yes.
You just have to make baby steps for yourself and realize that it's okay to be flexible. We had to be a little bit flexible through the time between contracts with our location, whether we were going to pay an extra day or if we're going to go boondocking or whatever.
Yes.
You know, when it comes to the channel, for Grassroots Living, I would just say we had to work on our editing skills, our communication skills. We had to sit down and figure out why. Why are we doing this on our channel? And I want to really say, Grassroots Living, we absolutely think your segment for the homeschoolers at the end of your videos, that's going to make you.
Yes.
Because that's your niche. You guys do that so well, and we just have to get you into that marketplace. And we
will get videos recorded.
Garrett did record the kids doing your first assignment, and he thought he emailed it to you. So
and now I can't find it anywhere.
That happens. We were in transition period.
Yes.
So we're gonna be doing that as a weekly or bi-weekly. Whenever you put them out, we're going to make that part of their homeschooling, and you'll be getting videos from us. So
yeah.
I'm excited
inspire
about that.
Other people to join in on that section too.
Yep. Anyway, what have I missed?
A lot of congratulating Grassroots and Galleon Adventure for their milestone markers.
Happy Place Diaries said it. Your other channel
is great.
RV Media Creators. Let's see. We noticed a big jump when we started making better thumbnails. Exactly. And so you watch people who do those channels that say, you know, if you do this, do these 5 things for your YouTube channel, you'll see a change.
Yeah.
Pick and choose what works for you and do it consistently for a month or 2, and you're going to see a change. So when we start updating our thumbnails, that worked. When we went to Instagram, we saw a jump. When we
figured out our why,
we saw a jump.
And we saw a jump because when you figure out your why, it gives you purpose. And when you have purpose, you can go into your videos with purpose, and you're not aimlessly kind of wandering around.
Right.
And I think that's what happened with our channel.
At
is
the
we
beginning,
at the
and
beginning
for a few good
we-
months
yeah.
of time, we didn't know our why. We were just putting out videos,
Yeah.
and hoping that somebody would watch them. And now we have a purpose. We have a why. So even if people don't watch the videos, we know why we're doing it.
Yeah, and getting thumbnails that are
Eye-catching,
eye-catching.
eye-pleasing.
And if you look at our videos and our thumbnails, you'll be scrolling for a while before you see something that doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
And there's a very specific reason. It's a branding thing and a image recognition thing that your brain just clicks automatically, being like, "That's a Diary of a Family video," and then boom, great.
Okay, so we're gonna save this for RV media creators.
Yes.
But anyway, what else? Thanks,
Listen.
everyone. Awesome advice. Thank you, too. Awesome. We look forward to seeing their videos on road schooling.
Yes.
Yes. They're such camera hams sometimes. They
Yes.
love to showcase their work, and if they know they're doing it for you guys, they'll put their all into it. So, what else?
Good night, our National Adventure. Thanks for hopping on.
Good night. Thank you for coming and joining us. And you have to come and see us. It's
Yes.
been like a year since we've seen you. So.
I know. Get your trailer fixed.
Let's see.
Yeah. Big
Thumbnails
thing
are
for
good.
us was getting plugged into the community. Says
Right.
Happy Place Diaries. So
I mean, and that, when you're on the road, makes all the difference. So we've been out boondocking nowhere near anybody else, and yet we feel connected because we're talking to you. We had to hang out with Loftus Party of 6.
yeah,
We're in communication with people on a daily basis, even from our online community. So it's huge.
exactly. Yeah.
It's huge. Yep. Yes. Well, you guys, it's been a wonderful chat tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I have missed these chats. I know you have too. So,
Yes, it has been awesome.
all right.
Oh, we were going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always,
Live
live
life
life intentionally.
intentionally. Bye,
guys.
guys. See you next time.